All right, this next story is about this cat. One of my homies, I told y'all Ern sold me the dupe at one point. I started kind of moving and shaking and whatnot. And I think they had this duplication machine and was hustling and doing their thing. And as they started kind of going more and more and making more money or whatever, they graduated to other things they didn't need it no more. So Ern sold it to me. And he sold me the MPC 2000. So that'll be another story. But I think it got to a point where one of my homies that was in St. Paul, he was hustling in St. Paul and he met this dude. It was too much energy for him or whatever the case may be. He didn't really want to, so he wanted specific mixtapes or DVDs or whatever the case may be. So my homie calls me up. He said, man, I got this loud Chicago nigga, man, named Saladin. He's real aggressive and stuff like that. So he used to kind of make fun of like, man, Saladin. That's how he said how he was talking. So I'm laughing. My homie, he had a way of explaining to people. And anybody watching this, y'all gonna know who it is. He had a way of explaining stuff and making fun of people and reenacting them on the T to where it's just funny as hell. And so the dude calls my mother, hey Joe, this Saladin. And that's how he sounded. So he makes this list of all this stuff he wants. He wants his old do or die or whatever. He was on parole. And, but so I had to come meet him. So I started meeting him. I think the first time I met him was like somewhere on Frogtown University. Eventually he moved and he moved to the east side or somewhere. I think it was close to Payne, or I had to take a couple buses to get to him, but he made it worthwhile. So Saladin was an older member and he probably had some rank at one point in time. So he had did some time. I think he did time in Stillwater. So as we start talking and as I start going over, and selling them more CDs, he's like, yeah, so you got a cold.
KDP, you got a cold ass hustle, boy. Keep moving how you moving. Yeah.
Appreciate that, big bro. You ain't had to do that.
Nah, I see what you on. Real players invest in real players. Make it flip.
Say less. I'm on it.
Cold ass hustle, man. Man, don't never serve or something like that. He kind of start falling back in his old ways. So what happened is he was on parole and he was funny too. He wasn't trying to be funny, but he was hilarious. He was from Chicago. He was telling me about a story. He was in Stillwater. So I'm going to try to reenact it the best way. Yeah, Joe, I'm in Stillwater, and, he said he was an L Rookin or something like that. So he said, yeah, the Stones mad because I told him I ain't on count no more, Joe. So he's telling me a story about being in Stillwater and them being mad about him, kind of like, hey man, I'm about to finish.
I'm telling y'all now, I'm off count.
Off count? Come on, dude, we need you on.
It ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I ain't catching no new case behind y'all.
Serious right now?
Dead serious. I'm 2 weeks from a gate pass. Y'all not wrecking my probation. Y'all move crazy.
Shit up. I'm not about to be getting into all this stuff in here. I'm trying to finish up my sentence. So take me off count. So he told me that they was mad at him because he had got out counting. He didn't really give a damn.
When I was in Stillwater, the Stones was mad because I said I'm off count. I didn't give a damn. I got ranked, Joe.
You just told him like that?
Straight like that. You stand on what you is. They feel it or they don't.
That's bold.
You know what I'm saying? So he felt like, well, shit, if y'all want to do something, do something. But y'all ain't, you ain't going, but he must have had some kind of standing to where,
I advise you to avoid any goofy, dumbass gang-banging ninjas. They ain't got no hustle and can't fight. I'm from Chicago, they wouldn't last.
You think so?
I know so. Out here, they talk tough. Back home, they be folded before they first sentence.